Hello, everyone. I was asked to record a short video sharing how I overcame challenges and bounced back from setbacks on my keto journey. So I feel like whenever I'm answering questions like this, or when I'm talking to people about the keto diet, I need to give two answers. Because there's what I do for myself, which nobody else out there is doing. Nobody that I know of is eating high-fat, ruminant meat only, raw, 90% fat on most days. And not many people are going to be fasting aggressively like I do to recover from setbacks. But I will share it because it's what I do. It's what works for me. And the reason I do it is because it's aggressive and effective. But I will also share what I would do for Samantha because she eats a regular keto diet and she's doing more like what regular people are going to be doing. So it's interesting, even amongst a group of people doing the ketogenic diet where it's like we're zebras, we're very rare. But even amongst this group, I'm like the unicorn in the zebras because what I'm doing is so different. So anybody following me knows that I fell off track in the fall. Winters and fall are always tough for me as the days get shorter and weather gets colder. Some depression will always seep in. It gets better and better each year that I'm committed to ketogenic diet. But I did eat Halloween candy and I had a bad Christmas, really bad Christmas week. And I ate a whole bunch of stuff. I ate all the things that I normally wouldn't eat. It was what you would call like the F-its. I had a bad case of the F-its. And I said, well, F it, I already ate this, I'm going to eat that. And so I had dairy and I had soy and I had wheat. I had all the things that I react to. The way that I recover from that is an aggressive fast. So I set out to do my longest fast ever, and it turned into a 7-day fast. I ended up doing 5 days dry. I will caution anybody who's not practiced or familiar with fasting that it's not easy and it can cause problems. It's not something you just jump into. I've been fasting for many years, and dry fasting is even more aggressive and can be more difficult if you're just jumping into it. I had been practicing it for a couple of months, and so I was good with it. So what I like is after 7 days, I feel really good. It's a good reset for me. It cleans my body, it cleans my brain. And then what I do is I keep my fat percentage high for minimum of a couple of days, maybe even a week. So that's how I recover from setbacks. So recently I had somewhat of a setback. We're just eating too much food, eating too much meat, too much food, gaining weight. So I have friends that I'm fasting with. So I just throw a fast in. And even just doing one full day of no eating, getting to bed and getting to sleep without eating, I wake up feeling revitalized. And then the next time I eat, I'm able to control myself a little bit better. So now let's talk about Samantha. We went to Disney in the fall. We were fortunate that family members gave us money. Otherwise, we couldn't afford it. We went to Disney and she ended up, having treats and being off her diet a little bit. Also, she had the flu recently. So both times she had setbacks, her fat percentage was in the mid 70s or so, and she was doing really well. And then she ate things she wouldn't, or because she had the flu, we couldn't keep the high fat up. So coming off of that, both times I tried to return to the 75% fat, but it just wasn't enough to get her back on track. So what we do for her is we go more aggressive. This last time that she had the flu, we did about 10 days, I think it was total, where her fat was up in the 80s now. Typically when she comes home from school, she's having a serving of beef fat and she's having a burger and she's having maybe jerky and maybe some lunch meats like mortadella and olive loaf. So what I do is I take all the meats out. It's only temporary. She's not going to suffer from that. So she's eating a larger serving of beef fat. She may be having like an MCT dessert with chocolate health code powder in it, the fatty yogurt. I'm giving her all these fatty things at night and I'm taking all the meat out to increase her fat percentage on the day. The key for me, what I find for success is to track it ahead of time. So I either have her whole week tracked or I have at least a day or two tracked at a time. So I know how her day is going to look. And I know her total fat percentage, what it's going to be. So we did that it was 7 to 10 days, whatever it was. And then once we see her behavior improving and her OCD improving, now we can start bringing the fat back down into the 70s where she seems to be the best. So that's how we do it. It's fasting. It's manipulating your fat percentage. And if you've had a setback and you can't fast, just increase your fat percentage. And if you can get it up to the 80s, you want to do like I'm doing, get it to the 90s. The higher you get, I find, the better, the quicker you will see benefits from it and the quicker you can get back on track.